CritCross.com.
What's going on, and good morning. We are headed up to LA today to Adams Motorsports Parkway for CritCross. What is CritCross, you might ask? Well, it's exactly what it sounds like. It's basically 2/3 of a course is going to be on tarmac. Adams Motorsports Parkway is an interesting one. I raced there before last year. It's basically like high-speed karting track. And so 2/3 of it is pavement, tarmac, then 1/3 is dirt with like a tabletop and some other stuff. So basically crit racing and motocross combined. So we'll get into the details and everything, but first thing is first, we gotta get the heck out of here because it's an hour-and-a-half drive. Thank goodness it's not much longer than that because honestly 6:30 is already way too early in the morning. But without further ado, let's get on the road. Alrighty, time to go hit Starbucks real quick. Gross. JK, it's fine. It's fine. Everything is fine.
Can I go ahead and do a honey almond milk flat white, please? Grande. Cheese and fruit protein box. Tomato and mozzarella panini on focaccia. Gotta get the heck out of San Diego. Got my panini. Got the coffee, if that's what you really call it, from Starbucks. And then I got my protein box. We're on the road. It's only 99 miles, so if I do 99 all the way there, then basically I would get there in an hour.
1 hour later.
I don't give a f***.
Okay, so we made it. First thing we gotta do is we gotta get the bike off the truck, obviously, and then we're gonna go reg, get checked in, and do everything we gotta do. It is about 8:30, and open course warm-up start at 9, and then doing a little scouting. The format of this one is 2 20-minute motos, so they're gonna be like full gas, all-out effort. It's gonna be a lot of really hard bike racing. Basically, you get points in ascending order, so like, you know, first place, 1 point, 2 point, 3 point, 4 points, and so on, all the way down to whatever, however deep the field is. The lowest score wins, so if you like crush it in both motos, you're gonna do really well. The second moto is a tiebreaker, so what it comes down to is like, if I get a first and a second, for example, I have 3 points, and somebody gets a second and a first, well, if they got first in the second moto, then they would actually beat me. So when I take 20th and then, you know, 26th, that'll lock me up for like 23rd. Pretty solid. Anyway, we're gonna go get checked in, see what's up. Check it out, we got goodie bags and all this jazz. Let's see what's in this thing. CritCross hat, what's up? Dude. Got Pedal Mafia discount codes. We got koozies. When I'm chugging brewskis. CritCross socks. We got jumps. We got tarmac. It's like a squiggly bit of tarmac too. And then basically the whole pit area, all of this. Pretty sick. All right, so here's the deal. We are checking out tire pressure situations over here. And I'm not sure how much I'm gonna run, but I'm 90% certain that I'm gonna end up letting air out of my tires. How much squish do we got? All right, I'm gonna do, I don't know. I'm gonna try 70 on this little warm-up lap and see what's good. All right, we're doing the course preview. Got this little nasty left-hander. This is actually probably like the gnarliest part of the whole thing, in my opinion. Hit the main straightaway, give it the old ripperoo, and then you fly into this big old bank turn. Probably should scrub some speed since you're riding one-handed. Come out of that bank corner, hit these little chicanes. It's pretty cool. And then the dirt section's gonna start up here in a second. So give it the beans. You come off of the tarmac onto the berm. It's pretty bumpy. Little jump, nothing to that. That berm is extremely tight. It's gonna be nasty. And then boom, the finishing table. Mad air. Come out of the dirt section. It's like a third of the course. Rip this little bit right here.
And then you're hitting this back straight, just flying. You gonna win?
Oh yeah, brother.
All right, so that's a little foreshadowing of what's to come, but yeah, let's go ahead and dive into Moto 1 here. I'll give you guys the old rundown of what's happening. Obviously, we get like the 30-second board. They turn it sideways, 15 seconds. They count it down, green flag us, and we're rolling. Now, I'm on Look Keo cleats, and it's because I run Alma power pedals, right? And so you can see, like, I expected this to start hot, but like, Jesus, not this hot. So I struggled to like clip in, and I had to sprint that front straight already, just like absolutely ripping. Coming into the chicane, also hot. You know, I get the door closed on me right there. So I was realizing like really quickly, this is gonna be gnarly, and we're super strung out. I even like called it out immediately. And what I noticed was happening is like dudes were already sort of just kind of letting gaps open here and there. So, you know, especially in the dirt section, you can already see there's like a couple bike legs between people in front of me. And then we get real gnarly here. And I was just like, oh man. So now you can see there's a huge gap here. I'm like, all right, I got to get out of here. So we come through the finish line on the first lap, ripping around. So I just try and basically like put down the power and get around everybody. I jump over the curb. Rip this one right here, and I'm like, all right, we have to bridge back to the front group or it's race over. So 1,000 watts, 900, all the way until I get on this dude's wheel. Finally jump across to this guy, and cool dude, talked to him after the race. Poor guy is the guy that actually went down, and then Devin tried to jump over him. So we're just ripping along. We patch it up here to the second to front group. As you can see, like, they are way up the road already. So I'm like, oh man, I gotta put in some work here and make up some time. This left-hander, real gnarly one. I take it with a good amount of momentum though. I kept doing that, and then I would just get on the pedal, you know, as early as possible and sprint this straight. Hug the wall to hide from the wind. Dude in orange here, super strong guy. He was basically like, I just used him to bridge to this front group because I wasn't gonna do it by myself. So he's drilling it. We get across. Now this is legitimately lap 2, and you can see it's already just like completely blown up. So in my rear cam, dudes are just like way off the back and all kinds of stuff. And when we hit the dirt, like, I was just not as, I don't know, the dirt was not as sticky as I needed it to be. That was probably because I was on 25s and they were GP5000s and got some air there. But realistically, you know, I probably should have been on something a little wider. So we're able to connect. Once we connect, we're like, all right, groovy. Everything should be fine. But this is the lap where it all goes wrong. So, you know, we're finally buttoned back up, and I'm like, all right, maybe this is a time to recover. But as you can see, I'm still drilling like 300-400 watts. There's just no recovering. Thing is like, honestly, I was feeling pretty good. I maybe should have slotted up with Rex right there. He's rocking the t-shirt, but you know, I see Devin in the Mike Spikes kit right here, and I was like, you know, like, he's not gonna let the wheel go. He's gonna keep it welded together too. So I'm like, you know what? Nobody's gonna let anything go like super early on, and realistically, it'd be so hard to ride away from this. I mean, I guess the winner, spoiler alert, was Phil Tinsman, and he basically did that, and he basically rode away from it. But the man is just a monster, so I don't know how else to say it. But this was hard. Like, there was no letting up until basically right here. You can hear my brakes squealing and all that jazz. But we're drilling through the dirt, and then I kind of get boxed there. Hit the little bumpy jump. This berm was so tight. Like, honestly, taking that line was gnarly. You can see a couple people just swing outside the white line. Totally fine. People are yelling. It's just a good time. Yeah, so here's the fun. He slides out. Devin tries to jump him. Eats crap.
goes in the dirt, and I'm like, oh no. And you can see the front group is so far down the straight already, and so at this point, it's like, there's no making that up. Jumping ahead, so what we've got now is me and these two other dudes. We basically were just kind of around each other the whole time and sort of got gapped off behind that crash at the same time. So we kind of had dwindled like our chase group down as well. More people were just kind of getting popped off the back. We brought a few people from the lead group that were getting shelled. We brought them back, and we were able to pick them off. And so we're sitting like 7, 8, 9, or 8, 9, and 10 here, or something like that. Finally, they just gapped me in the dirt section, and I am obliterated. So, take kind of an okay line there, actually carried some speed through it, but dude, we averaged like 21 miles an hour through this whole race, and like that's with the dirt section, with the berms, like the hairpins. It kind of just stays like this. I'm in no man's land for the next few laps until 1 to go, and then that actually, it gets a little bit interesting. So I get back to their wheel, and I'll show you guys what happens there. So pretty wild. They had a massive gap on me for a little bit, and then like 1 to go, I just decided in my head that I was gonna chase them down, and then I was kind of like, dude, they're within reach, like I could do it. So as you can see, I'm drilling like 400 or 500 watts, and so I get back on the wheel here, and I'm like, I'm just thinking in my head, ooh, I'm gonna jump around them, like I'm gonna finish this strong, make up 2 places. Dude, that's like a top 7 or 8 finish. Like, let's send it. But once I caught on the wheel, my stomach just like turned. I straight up thought I was just gonna yak. Like, I was on the red line for sure. I don't know if like I ate something funny or what the deal was. Gosh dang it, Starbucks. But in all seriousness, like, I was drilling, and I was just like, yo, I can't do this. I just let him go. Because honestly, I was probably gonna throw up in their face if I tried to pass them. So I did rip it through the dirt section still, but I mean, at this point, I was like, all right, I know how this is gonna end. I thought he might take this a little bit slower, and I was like, man, if he does, I'm gonna try and get around and then sprint the finish here. But this is the funny part. I launch, and you hear how hard I land? I pretty sure I gave myself a little pinch flat, so you know, gotta swap that out before Moto number 2, and then we'll see how that goes. All right, so here's the skinny. We're getting prepped, ready to go for Moto 2. Fixed the flat tire that I had. I'm gonna run like 5 pounds more in the rear this time. Hopefully avoid that same pinch flat issue. Didn't affect me in the race. Biggest thing is to try not to get gapped at the beginning, and hopefully nobody crashes in front of me, because I don't want to get stuck behind that and then have to chase the whole time. Took 10th, so I'm gonna be trying to move up, obviously, and be better than 10th this time, get better points. So that's the skinny on this. I'm gonna go get the legs spun out, ready to rock. The wind is picking up, so that's gonna be kind of interesting. I'm hoping that that's not a factor, I don't know. But if you do get gapped and you're stuck by yourself, then the wind is really gonna suck. So that's gonna change things a little bit. Yeah, Moto 2, another 20 minutes. We'll see how we do, man. All right, here we go, Moto number 2. More of the same, man. I struggled clipping in. Justin's doing wheelies. Yeah, so I got a terrible start, and then, like I said before, once you get a terrible start, you're in a terrible position. It's gonna be you're gonna have a tough time racing. So, way out already, starting to see some gaps open. I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna weed my way through. So, come underneath some folks, but I'm sitting like way at the back, so I'm already concerned. More of the same. I'm like, gosh dang it, you know. And so now I've just like got to focus on trying to move up, which is super hard to do on this course, as we talked about before. Super technical, so you know, there's really not a lot of space except for the straights, and then everybody's sprinting full gas because it's the straights. But I was getting a little bit better at handling the dirt. I was staying on the wheels, but as you can see, it's like coming out of that, everybody accelerates really hard and says see you later. It was dusty. There was dirt everywhere, which is just a good time, you know. I had dirt in my nostrils. That was pretty sick. But as you can see here, like, we're already getting like way gap from the front group. So I hit like 1100 watts just to do what I can. And then, you know, get across here, and I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna keep going and try and get back to this. So get up here, and I'm like, I see Rex in the sights and a couple other guys, and so I'm like, well, I can track these guys down. But dude, like, the front group, Justin got on the front with Mike's bikes and was just absolutely ripping. Like, I think really his only goal was to just absolutely murder everybody. So success. So anyway, Rex and myself end up kind of, you know, ending up off the back here somewhere, and so he and I rotate together pretty well until we jump ahead here in a little bit, and we end up catching on with Kyle Cooper. Sick line. But yeah, after that, you know, we just kind of rotate to the finish. So, you know, I'll jump ahead to that part and let you guys watch that. So this is pretty funny. Kyle had seen me and Rex coming across, so he like looks back, and we had been rotating for a while. So, you know, we come out of this hard left-hander, and Kyle with ride bikes, he just stomps on it and just like goes nuclear. I was like, oh man, now I gotta try and catch him. So I was like, there's no way I'm gonna sprint out of this corner. I was even laughing, and so I was like, all right, I'm just gonna wind it up to whatever I can. We got him in our sights. So anyway, we link up with Kyle here, and then, you know, right after that, I'm like, wait a second, I got 2 ride bikes dudes, and then me. That's not good. So we were kind of just like taking some pulls for a bit, but then I realized, you know, I think Kyle didn't take a couple pulls, and then Rex kind of hung back for a pull, and I was like, I've taken more pulls than everybody here. So sure enough, I end up getting popped out of this one. So these dudes take 9th and 10th, and then, you know, I get my freaking butt kicked. But yeah, so that's pretty much the race, honestly. Like, nothing crazy here. They end up giving me the smoke. So I took, actually, you know what? I think 13th in this one, but since that result was still better than like most of the guys I was battling with in the first moto, we ended up 10th overall. So, you know, not a bad result. I'll go into a little recappy cap, and yeah.
From the indefatigable, the indomitable Mr. Pierce, I'll tell you what, the vegan cyclist really brought the lunch today and really showed what he's about, and he put some guys in the blender.
CritCross.com! Oh no, I hope I don't die! But yeah, this guy gave me the beans.
Yeah, get some recovery juice.
Dude, I'm gonna go get some recovery juice. Print.
They're probably gonna ask for your ID.
Yeah, I do look like I'm 12.
I'm an IPA guy,
Yeah,
man.
that's good.
Really? I bet if I gave him some of this, he'd convert him to an IPA man.
I shot it at 120 frames too, so it's like nice and slow.
Oh yeah.
Dude, I come to this stuff and I'm like supposed to be paying attention and like doing vlog stuff, and then I'm just like
This is all power.
do stuff instead and don't actually film anything. I get home and I'm like, I got 10 minutes of footage. This is supposed to be a 10-minute video. Overall, super sick day. I'm done. 2 motos in the books. I'm gonna go check out the results, see what your boy did. Yeah, hopefully top 10. I mean, I don't know. Even the second one I think was like pretty decent result. Check out the sweet CritCross. The event, honestly, like, dude, this is so fun, man. Like, you know, as much as I love like 4-corner crits and just like racing my bike like that, you know, it's sick and all, but at the end of the day, it's fun to just do something different, you know. All right, scoping it out. There we are, numero 10. Not bad though, considering like I'm way outgunned here. You know, Rex and all those dudes are way stronger than me. Kyle's way stronger than me. So, you know, Tyler is also way stronger than me. The whole gang is way stronger than me. So, you know, just doing my Cat 3 thing, being mediocre. I'm gonna keep it rolling. Yo, this man won the open field, and he's murdering the 40 plus. Look at this. Just keeps drilling too. It's warm, bro. You giving me warm Monster High? What the fuck, bro? They don't got nothing
something. Shout out to you know, Bierman and crew for organizing and getting some Monster Hydros out here. And a bunch of other stuff, man. Like, it was cool that, you know, you actually get some swag for regging.
Wow. Ray Mars himself. Look at how much better he is at this than me. Way better than me. He got a sick camera. He's got a sick tripod. He knows the angles.
All right, something I forgot to do, bike breakdown. So we're gonna walk through it. It's filthy right now, as you can see, but running the Allez, just pure road bike setup. This is the same thing I would race if I was racing a crit. So we've got the 50mm deep revolves, and I just ran GP5000s, 25s, and then I'm on my compact SRAM force cranks. It's basic 48 tooth in the front, super simple power saddle, zip stem. Bars are huge. Swapping those for MB-SES aero bars very soon. Yeah, I would say the only thing that I would change about this setup would be to run wider tires. So I probably would have gone with like 28s or 30s, something like that. I was thinking gravel tires.
Sam says 30s but slick.
30s, full slick.
There you go, CritCross expertise right there. If you're out here, 30s, full slick. That's the bike breakdown. Great event. Really enjoyed it. It's fun to just race your bike and do silly stuff sometimes, you know. Don't take it so seriously, especially if you're in the lower categories. Like, you're not paid to race your bike. Get over yourself, brother. All right, anyway, yeah, check out more racing right here, and I will see y'all again soon.